Oh, absolutely. Oh, completely. And there's pressure on everything, and so there should be, to be honest. You're in a position that people would kill to be in. You've been watched by hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people, and, you're there to do a job and to do it really bloody well because it's the top of the tree when it comes to sport. So, absolutely, there's no pressure that anyone else could ever put on me that was any more than the pressure I put on myself, and particularly as a woman, and even more so to a greater extent as someone who'd never played at the top level. I felt much more pressure, and so I should, to be honest, because when you're a legend of the game, you can, in certain ways, rely on that, fall back on your experience. You're there to talk as an expert, whereas for me, I was a host. I needed to know my stuff back to front because if a legend gets something wrong, it's funny. If I get something wrong, it's because I don't deserve to be there. I'm a woman. I haven't played.
Stay with
that. I did feel an immense amount of pressure, but I thrive on that. That's I've always worked well under pressure. I know I've got perspective. I know how lucky I am. I know that I'm in a privileged position. So pressure was never an issue for me. That there were elements that were tough, but life is tough for a lot of people.
Stay there. Stay there, Erin. So John touched on it, and I think I said it in my opener. You're very much a pioneer in this space. And I watched a lot of your work closely, obviously, with a lot of bias, because there's the goat that calls mostly after Erin anchors the show, and if he's calling, then I'm watching. But you found that fine line, because I know exactly what you're saying. There are a lot of female hosts and anchors now, but you were the anchor and able to link and talk to your experts and use those people up. And that's the key in what now, there are so many female hosts, and it's a fine line and it's an art form. I remember Debbie Splain, ABC sideline reporter. I could be wrong here, Gibbo, but I don't think she was allowed into the dressing rooms, and so much has changed for her to be taken seriously. I suppose before Erin, Debbie Splain was pretty much the pioneer. That's going back some time. We were both pretty young at the time, actually.
Yeah, mate.
You had Debbie, and then you had Margie McDonald as well, who who wrote for years and years. And there are some incredible women who came before me, but maybe didn't get the opportunities that I got. But I think you're right. It's a real skill set, and I'm not, I'm self-deprecating, but it's a real fine line and a real skill set, because my job, it's not so much opinion-based when it comes to hosting football. I'm surrounded by people who have played 300 games, who are immortals or future immortals, the best in the business. It's my job to get the best out of them and to get insights out of them and linking through and hosting. And I never pretended to be anything that I wasn't.